So today we will be talking about the 2022 Toyota 4Runner TRD PRO. This specific model has been made since 2010 by Toyota and its chassis code is N280. This car comes equipped with a 4-liter V6 with VVTi and with port injection, so no direct injections, no turbo. It's a very simple, very basic, very reliable engine, but it has a downside, it's pretty slow, and I'll show that in the drive segment. This engine was introduced in about 2002 and has 270 horsepower and 276 foot-pound of torque. This engine comes paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission, and don't even try to complain about the fact that it's not enough gears, okay? Thank you. This transmission is a little slow to shift and gear hunts a lot, but on the other side, it is made so it's super reliable. This specific model also comes equipped with a rear lock differential, so it's more off-road worthy. Talking about the exterior of this car, what can I say? It's a 4-door, body-on-frame, mid-size SUV. My Acura MDX is also a mid-size SUV, but it's much smaller than this one. This car is big, square, it has 10 inches of clearance, it has roof rails, it has everything you expect from an off-roader. Talking about the interior of the 2022 Toyota 4Runner TRD PRO, what can I say? The interior is very simple, yet very durable. It's good materials, it has good ergonomics. Every feature has its own button, and for that Toyota gets a +10 in the karma from me. The car comes equipped with a 360-degree camera, but not the highest resolution. Also, it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and all the bells and whistles that you can need, basically any creature comfort. The car doesn't come equipped with a power liftgate, but at the same time, it has a trunk so big that if you listen closely, you can hear your own echo. Driving the 2022 Toyota 4Runner TRD PRO. What can I say? The first thing that you realize in this car is just how quiet it is. It is incredibly quiet and serene in here. You don't hear anything except the exhaust. For some reason, Toyota decided that the exhaust needs to be loud. Second of all is the steering. The steering feels a little numb, but at the same time it feels connected to the front wheels, so I don't see a problem in there. Talking about the engine and the transmission. The engine is underpowered for this size and mass of car. At the same time, it's paired to a transmission that doesn't help greatly. It's a 5-speed, but it gear hunts a lot, and it makes this an unpleasant experience. Talking about the suspension on this car is incredibly soft. It's really compliant over all types of pavements. It's probably the softest car I've ever ridden in. Even compared to the Audi e-tron, which has an air suspension, this is still softer than that. One downside of this suspension, though, is the fact that the car tends to tip a little. The owner says that when he puts some weight on the roof and it's 4 people in the car tends to feel, it feels like the car is going to tip, so when you go through the mountains you cannot even go at the speed limit. The suspension also has 10 inches of clearance and Fox shocks, which to me is really cool. To be honest, with the suspension I'm really impressed. Talking about the brakes in this car, the brakes are just a little touchy, but I think they're very adequate for the mass and the size of this car, compared to the engine, which is not that adequate. One competitor that I can think about for this car, off-road wise, is the Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep looks, I think, are more elegant. At the same time, the Jeep is much more off-road worthy. But at the same time, this car is much more compliant on even pavement. This car has a better interior. It has much more room. And this car is just much more civilized. One other competitor is the Toyota FJ Cruiser, which looks better, to be honest, than this car. But you cannot buy it new, so it's hard to say that it's a competitor of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.